Hey guys, welcome to Tons of Gas YouTube channel. Today we're going to be reviewing my 1982 BMW 320is Turbo. I bought this maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I think it was probably 4 years ago on Bring a Trailer. And the reason I liked it, one, it's the Hanarot red color. I've always liked this. It's kind of an orangish red, but it's got a Century turbo kit on it, inline 4-cylinder. It has Bilstein shocks and struts, adjustable sway bars on it, the factory fog lights. I've always liked when they come with like the grill guards and stuff. They're just Bosch made, pretty cool. Hella 8.4 headlights. I'll show you a little bit under the engine here. Actually, the body's got a body kit on it. I'm not familiar with it. I don't know 100% the model or the manufacturer. If somebody knows, please let me know. The Century Turbo is adapted to the inline 4-cylinder. It's pretty cool the way it drives. It's nice, smooth, and it's for the year 1982 had a decent amount of horsepower on there. I put the TSW Evo wheels on it. Those are 16-inch. The interior sports power Recaro bolsters on it. It's actually a heated Recaro seat. It's got the turbo boost gauge on the left-hand side, an old Sony AM/FM tape deck, which is cool. 2-knob, you know it's an old one when it's with those. 5-speed transmission. It's got the sunroof in it. A set of 4-point Schroth seat belts, keep you nice and safe. It's got a set of Willwood brakes on it. And one thing that's really, really cool is this Alpina auxiliary gas tank. Hard to find, but that's a really, really cool addition to it. The back of it is sporty. I like the details here. A lot of people put the fillers in there with the color coded that match the lights. Pretty neat. The side windows pop out. It's also got a rear shade in it, which is pretty cool. You see them a lot in the 5 and more so on the 7 series, but it's got a windscreen or a shade for the back of it. Passenger Recaro seat as well. Really clean example. All of this is factory paint and it shines, it's nice. I had it waxed when I first got it, and obviously they're inside my garage, so they tend to stay pretty well, but it is all factory paint. Super, super hard to find being 41 years old. Great addition for the purchase. I think back then, the IS obviously was the one to have for sure. But nevertheless, when I was growing up in Atlanta, I was probably 10 or 12, and a guy had a 323, a blue one in my neighborhood, and I used to love watching it go by. So at a young age, I always liked this body style. My brother's got a 2002, and it kind of drives the same. This is the predecessor to it. So I'll take you guys for a ride, and we'll see how it is on the road. Okay, folks, we're going to take a spin in the 320is Turbo. I'm gonna go for a little nice cruise around the neighborhood here and see how she runs. So let's go. I'm gonna wear the normal seat belt here, not the track provided 4-point. Really nice car. It's a nice day today for the sunroof to be open. Gonna get out of the neighborhood. The gas gauge is on almost empty, so we'll stop and get some fresh gas in it. Yeah, that works. We're good. We're definitely safe for the highway. I'd rather have a horn and no seatbelt. Here we go. So pretty easy car to drive. Clutch is really easy, not a lot of horsepower. These older cars, let me put the windows up. These older cars are really easy. I've driven a decent amount of the old 2002s, and they're kind of the same feeling and driving that the 320i is. Or 320is, sorry. So basic stuff here. Let me try the radio. Bunch of static. But old Sony radio, I'll look at that later. Not that I use it. Ashtray still has ashes in it from the prior owner. Thank you very much, I like that. That's a nice gesture. He must have been a really good guy. Right? Alright. So, Hanorot red with the Recaro interior. Obviously, these seats did not come with it. It is power. The adjustable power for the rear of the seat. Heated. It's got side bolsters on it. You blow up with this pump. So, pretty neat how you can do that. We're gonna roll in here, get some gas real quick. So even being a 4-cylinder 1.8 liter with a turbo on it, it's okay. It's like, it's still lacking some horsepower to me. But sometimes like on my Callaways, they seem to be produce much power for this 4-cylinders, like the GTI, the Scirocco. I'm just restoring a Callaway 190. They only made one of them. I should get that back. They said by the end of the week, so today's Wednesday. We'll see. But nevertheless, kind of give it a little gas here. So it's got Willwood brakes on it. Those are really nice and good. The Bilstein shocks and struts. It's got braided brake lines on it. So let's see if this winds out. Not too shabby. It's pulling, let me see what it pulls. So it's pulling about 8 pounds of boost, which isn't a lot. That's pretty low. I would imagine you could probably turn that up a little bit. 8 pounds, pretty low. 81,000 miles, original paint, power mirrors, power windows. It's got your basic controls, your left-right turn signal, your windshield wipers. You pull out things on BMWs, typically for the older BMWs. The headlights, high beams. This is the original interior. It matches the back seat as well. I'd really like to find some black leather door cards and a black leather seat. I think that'd really change the look of the car on the inside. These are pretty cool. It's an old Crank Sunroof. I like these. They have them in the Volkswagens as well, just like this. Some of the old Mercedes. So a lot of the Germans, much better to crank it than you are to have power on it. So works pretty well. And then you just hide the handle. We'll get it back here. Well, this is not really how it's supposed to go. This way. Okay. Here we go. Now we're back running. You wind this thing, and then you fold the handle in there. It hides away. It's like, no, I'm not a manual sunroof. I'm hidden. Power windows down here on the controls. Everything works on this car, except for a lot of buzz on the radio. But 5-speed transmission. The Recaro seats are really comfortable. I'm not sure the model of them, but they're pretty nice. It does have the leg extensions here that come out. So those are pretty neat. They extend quite a bit. Pretty cool. Nice to rest your knees on it if you needed to. Car's in really good shape. I like it. I probably need to drive it more than what I do right now. The smallest series of the BMWs, other than like an Isetta or something of that nature. So it gets up and goes pretty well. Not too bad. I'm not very familiar with the actual Century turbos. I don't know how many they made. I don't even know if I've ever seen another one. So I like the fact of the tuners back in the 80s. Reeves Callaway from Callaway is my favorite. And I have probably 10 or 11 of his cars. All European. And Italian, yeah. Italian, German, Volkswagens, Mercedes, Alfa Romeo. But runs out pretty good. You don't see these cars on the road at all. I never see an E21. Very rarely. Sometimes it's some BMW car meets, like up in Helen, Georgia, stuff like that. But for the most part, it's not a car that you see very often. So pretty rare, especially being an IS model, all original. I like it. Okay, that was a trip in my 1982 BMW 320is Century Turbo. Thanks for viewing. Please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, any social media platform. Leave comments, I like to respond to them. And view in for our next video. We'll see you soon. Tons of Gas YouTube channel. Thank you.